Welcome to National Seminar on Pathways to Gendered and Localized Climate Action Planning. This important gathering brings together voices from across India to explore how climate action can be more inclusive, more local, and more meaningful for communities on the ground. The summit was being held on January 19th and 20th, 2026 at S. Parshuraman Hall, Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. Hosted by the Center of Urban Policy and Governance, School of Habitat Studies, TISS, Mumbai, this seminar is organized under the State Climate Action Cell with the support of Department of Environment and Climate Change, Government of Maharashtra. This initiative is made stronger through partnerships with Asar Social Impact Advisors, Vatavaran Foundation, Policy and Development Advisory Group, Mumbai Climate Week, and Project Mumbai, and is proudly supported by University of Toronto India Foundation. Session 1 sets the foundation for conversations that follow, reminding us that meaningful climate action begins with listening, learning, and building pathways together.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I want to thank TISS and particularly Manjula Bharti to invite me to speak in this session. The thing is a livelihood focused intervention. One was with the women who came up that they wanted to do something, and second was a weaver society. Chendamangalam Weaver is a GA-tagged weaving group. So in that one society which was left outside because of they were led by the women and they were on the fringes of the panchayat. So then they didn't get any attention. So then we started to work with them. This it's called Kuriyapalli Weaver Society. So it's actually evolved there, and even when I came here, I particularly wore the sari which we designed, because the Kerala sari is the sari the society used to do it. They never experimented with color and designs and all. So we retained the color designs and traditions, but we empowered them. So that's what I want to share. And then thanks again, because now we got an idea how to write it into a book. So that's what's going to happen maybe after this. The team is now enthusiastic. When you're presenting, you're writing is a paper, then only it's occurred to your mind that, yeah, these things are there. We can actually compile into a book form. Thank you.
Thanks again. And now we're going to move to Dr. Ramakanta Prusti to present his points and his experiences with participatory pathways.
Let me first thank the organizing team and particularly Professor Manjula Bharti for having me here all the way from Gandhinagar to this place. I belong to one university that's called Sarva Vishwavidyalaya. That's a private university. And I've been there for last more than 27 years. And I started my career as an academician and then an educational administrator. I'm taking care of 3 colleges. In one, I'm a principal, and in the other 2 colleges, I'm just guiding them as a mentor. So, though I have not done much of research in this particular topic, but I'm very much interested in studying, reading articles, journals, articles, newspaper articles related to this gender inclusiveness, gender sensitiveness, and gender responsiveness so far as climate actions are concerned particularly. I'll speak something about what I have observed so far and what I've learned and what I have been doing in my university so far as these 3 things are concerned. Starting from UN to the national governments, the state governments, the local self-governments, everywhere we talk about women inclusiveness first. But where are women? Where is that inclusiveness? At the top level, you see, UN speaks and arranges conferences at the international level, but where is the participation of women in policy making? I learned that this national action plan for climate change was constituted maybe in the year 2008, somewhere 2008, 9, whatever. Then I kept on searching for something very interesting for me. So, is there any women in the national action plan for climate change. So I did not get anybody's name. I just found one name, that is Dr. Jyoti Parikh. But she is not into National Action Plan for Climate Change. She is, I think, a member of that Prime Minister's Council for Climate Change, something like that. And so also the case of state action plan for climate change, except for 4 to 5 states like Maharashtra, we have Chhattisgarh also, Odisha also, Assam also doing well that way. My idea is, why don't we catch that the lowest hanging fruits? So we start from there. So it's just the upside down idea, that, not from top to bottom. So let's work from bottom to top. And women have the power to excel, and they have the power to prove themselves. So once they do it, then the governance will start looking at them. So that is what, my idea may be very absurd. But then this is something which I realized. I'll tell you, if I have some time. Okay, I have some more examples from my university. I'll tell you later on. I'll continue. Okay, thank you so much.
Turn to Dr. Sebastian, principal from Nilamgiri College in Kerala, to talk about his experiences.
Yes. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. And thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Respected dignitaries and participants, I will try to limit my discussion in 3 points. One, what the problem I am trying to express. Second, its link with the Sustainable Development Goals. And 3, the social action taking place. This is based on a case study of Wayanad. Wayanad is known for fast modernization of agriculture, and we assessed the modernization through modernization index and examined along with modernization some agricultural localities are severely affected with some ailments, fatal diseases like cancer, kidney, respiratory problems and skin diseases, and all these are very severe. And we have taken the households of 200 patients and examined their association with the modern agricultural practices and how they are going through this. Mainly we are looking at we have looked at it from the economics point of view, and as many of us are well aware, economics, the theory starts with rationality, rational human being. Rationality is taking maximum out of the given resources and within the constraints. And farmers and agriculturists are also trying to apply this maximization principle, where they go for continuous chemical fertilizers, other modern means of farming, and how it affects their health. There is one quotation which I would like to quote for you. This is from A.J. Rab Matheri. He has critically pointed out that economic outcome of modernized agriculture may not be sufficient to compensate the losses it has inflicted on the health of our environment. Not only health of the environment, but also the health of the individuals concerned. In narrow sense, income generated through modernization at the cost of health may be pumped back to regain what is lost. We might have earned in the short run something extra income, but definitely in the long run, we are again going to put it for regaining, but ultimately we are not going to regain what we have lost. This is the basic point where we are starting. And aspect, that is the extensive modernization of agriculture, its health impact, I am trying to present it in my right. How it is linked with the sustainable development goals. As I mentioned earlier, economics starts with the rationality, and in most of the times we are short-sighted also. As Keynes rightly said, in the long run we all
Sebastian, sir, we have 1 minute for you.
Oh yeah, then
because others.
I will leave the other part for the second round.
Sure.
And also expect the third round also, because 2 more points.
Sure,
Thank you.
sure. Okay, thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
But now turning to Manjula, who I hope will also enlighten us with some of the other A's, you had in mind, the advocates such as academics, administrators, artists, amplifiers.
Dr. Kundu. Due to the paucity of time, I don't want to take much time, but I would like to focus on SDG 5 and 13 and how it is important to look at it from an interconnected perspective, and then trying to see that, okay, now we have enough evidences from the morning, the people started saying, how from the international discourses to the national discourses to the regional discourses, there is oversight of the things that has been discussed about the women not being there, because we have the UNFCCC. And at the global level, that comes, mind you, after the Beijing. But there is not even a single word of gender in the UNFCCC that came after the Beijing. So it took something about 16 hours for a lot of women's organizations, feminist group. Now, at least in the Paris document, you can see that in 16 places, this recognition of the space of the women is there in the document, even if that has not been operationalized. So, even if the question that I would like to say that even when we are saying about the importance of the gender in the climate discourses, how much we are able to translate the policy into practices, and how much we are able to bring the gender into the policy perspectives that could be operationalized. So these are certain gaps that we would like to see, where we would like to mention here with very, very briefly. I say that we have to, like I said in the beginning, the conventional one, which is a technocratic, bureaucratic, one-size-fits-all, that speaks about the science, that speaks about the natural science, that speaks about the carbon emissions, which I'm saying is all important, but that necessarily not be the only way to look at climate change. We have to, a politics of reimagination needs to happen over here. When you have a data, then what we are doing, we are redefining the data. When we are redefining the data, then we are revisiting the methodology that makes the data. When we are redefining or reformulating the methodology, then we are coming out with a new epistemology, new production of knowledge. And that will lead to a counter-hegemonic stories, and that is very, very important when we are trying to look at SDGs 6 and 13. So any other questions in that thing, I would like to answer more in that. Thank you.
Thank you. With that, I'd like to really thank all my fellow panelists over here and my colleague Manjula for putting together this really interesting session. So we got to hear some really inspiring stories, inspiring moves, inspiring strategies, and I hope we all carry that forward in us. We don't need to be trained social workers to act. And I think, the time is here to act. It's not really the future anymore. And as you are future leaders, but I think actions here for students especially, your time starts now. It's not in, some later stage. Okay. So thank you, everyone.